Hey, good afternoon, bro.
How you dey?
I don't fight myself for you.
I did fine. I did fine. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure.
Yes.
Well, today I'm going to ask you some questions. They are my number worries, and obviously, I'm going to talk on maybe not just about me, but about other people who are in the same situation like me. People where they go obviously just come for this country, just like how we will just come. Get a lot of doubts when you
Okay.
come for America, even though they say when you go to America, you do what the America do. So we'll try for as much as we can, or as much as I can, for ask some questions. We are not say, that's a doubt for a lot of us.
Okay.
So before we continue, tell us about you, like what you do.
So, Mark, my name is Charles. My name is Charles Njoya. I be CPA. I don't be chartered accountant for over 20 years. I be CPA for America, and then I be certified tax strategist. I be certified tax and estate strategist. We mean say we dey help structure people them for basically number one, structure their particular estates. Number two, protect their assets. Number three, mitigate taxes, avoid taxes. And number four, build wealth using other people's money. So basically, my game not for use the tax code for help my community, help people them around, for basically take advantage of what they call and say American dream. Yes.
Well, that's a very brief but heavy introduction. Yeah. We'll start by birth. You be Cameroonian, right?
I be Cameroonian. I be first generation Cameroonian, first generation American. So I don't live in the country for over 10 years, now. And before I want to come for this country, I don't live quite a bit abroad as well. And I be work for some of the best consulting firms in the world. I be work for PwC, and I be a partner for PwC, a non-equity partner for PwC. PwC now one of the big four consulting firms for the world. Yes.
Wow. That explains all.
Yes.
Okay. As a Cameroonian, and I believe say you want to come work Cameroon, you don't be a certain age as well, working age or something. So I should say if you understand, so one or two things. So my question, Aseweti, like how what would be the difference between tax for Cameroon and tax for the United States? For me in person, I think I don't ever file in tax for Cameroon because yes, maybe I do so one or two jobs for Cameroon, but now for year I don't overhear about tax. So it's a little bit strange for us.
So tax for Cameroon the problem are the structure. For Cameroon, first of all, even though on paper the tax system the focus for Cameroon be now on businesses. The individuals they pay something. Where you do small business, you pay patents, you pay something, but individual tax preparation for Cameroon not really there as such. The focus really there now on small businesses and on businesses. So you do what they call for Cameroon say DSF, Déclaration Statistique et Fiscale. Those are the main things that you get to file with the government. You file it with the Internal Revenue Service in Cameroon. In those my early years where I start doing for consulting, we used to help. Our firm used to help a lot of people with Déclaration Statistique et Fiscale. And so individual taxation as such for Cameroon, people where you work, basically you pay your normal taxation because the one thing we do for Cameroon I say we have a lot of things where they not be formalized, they not be formal, the system, the structure not be formal. So that's why so many things don't happen. But you see some company where at least, and even though it's on paper, Many people that live for Cameroon where they do work where they don't get social security. They don't get social security number. So they need ever contribute for social security. And companies, you see employers then for Cameroon, their aim not be for give you social security. They try for you work for some company for 10 years, you not ever get social security because they no one pay that extra money for make sure so you get your social security benefits. You see a large company where you get 500 employees. I talk with my experience from Cameroon. You get 300 employees, 200 employees, but now only about 10 or 20 or to 30, therefore, be registered with Social Security. So individuals for Cameroon, basically, you'll never see an individual tax filing for Cameroon. It not really exist. Maybe if it only exists now, but as far as I know, there was never any individual tax filing. If you file tax as an individual, normally, if you already work, you can actually file to make sure that you see because tax filing are just when you do tax filing at the end of the year, you basically reconcile your tax payments and the liabilities, which you don't pay and what you be get for pay, for see whether you get for pay an excess or they pay or they give you a refund. And because for Cameroon it not be really formalized, most people don't even think about it. So you see man where they work for the largest company for Cameroon, they ever file taxes. And I say this because I tell you an example from my own self, even though I be vegan consulting. That why I leave Cameroon. I be pretty young. I go for UK. I be there UK. And then I be there like you. Even though I be done the work for Cameroon, I don't work for Cameroon for 2 years before I go to UK. I be surprised to say at the end of the year, they get for do some things, they could say tax return. Because it wasn't, I never knew about it, even though I was in a firm in Cameroon. And then I stay for UK, the number of years where I stay for UK, go back for Africa. The place where it used to surprise me being at Gabon. I stayed in Gabon, and at the end of the year, I didn't have to file a tax return. But at the end of that first year, I got a mail because they make we as employees, you fill out some certain documents and we've been about your taxes. And then the office manager will basically complete the documents, send them for National for Direction Générale des Impôts for Libreville. And what would be surprising, I didn't even know. But 2 months later, I got a check in the mail for 1.7 million CFA. Where we been say I don't overpay taxes, they give me a refund. So it been a surprise to me because I never knew that type of thing even exists in Cameroon. The point is, the structure in Cameroon is still, it needs to be developed, and people need to start implementing some of those things. Because either some people they don't overpay, or some people they never even pay, or we fight for taxes keep increasing in Cameroon. I don't hear someone now say they don't increase now taxes they don't increase petroleum tax and things like that. Whereas some basics and the way, if we put that in place, we already kind of modify what already happened. I need to talk for. Yes, I need to talk for here I be expert for this field, and I think when I talk about these things, it's all about how can we improve the system rather than always thinking about adding taxes to people, adding an additional tax. And generally, when they add that additional tax, it fall on the wrong people. It generally fall on the wrong people. The real people, the way they get for pay the taxes, I don't know whether there is any detailed analysis. I know there's very smart people in Cameroon, but I don't know whether even what they propose is being implemented. Because, every other country, next door for Gabon, I'd be surprised. And every year I would get my taxes either paid to me or I get. There was no year in Gabon that I had to, that they did not give me money back. The first year they gave me 1.7 million CFA, 1.7 million CFA. That was a lot of money. Yes, a lot of money that he gave me. So basically, I think so if we see restructure the tax system for Cameroon, so that means any man they know say if he pay if a fair share or if he get a refund or the system they work now how or things like that. That's my own. America, they like in America every individual, I mean, they work on a system. Every individual get for file taxes. That is the premise. Now there are certain people, some people then they will they know because they don't meet some certain threshold, they know will get for file. But the underlying, I say every person get for file taxes. What big problem for Cameroon, because you talk about Cameroon, what big problem for Cameroon, I say will not get any individual identifier number. Social security waiting for America will not get social security for Cameroon. There is no system that identifies people. For America here, if you ask say how many Americans did today, so pap, they just look for a system, tell you say this is the number, including the picking where they just born yesterday. Why? Because once they don't get born you get a social security number will be allocated to you. And the number, they basically tell you, say, oh, these people are this. So the system knows everything every time and any. And also they still progress for Cameroon. But I think saying that the first thing that we make if he change, if he make the process become more smooth, and that thing alone, that personal identifier. Now, one of the biggest things that we make for Cameroon will not really progress as much. And if we talk a lot about that, if we talk a lot about that inability to identify people, inability to know where somebody is. I mean, you cannot do a lot of things. If you cannot even identify that person, you don't know because the person can be living next door to you. That's why the banking system in Cameroon doesn't work normally. Because you can't just go to the bank. In America here, I can go, the bank doesn't need to know me. I go to the bank at any point in time. They just go on my social security. They look at my situation. They can see my history. Earlier today, I was talking to somebody about the credit system, how they do, they provide bank credit facilities and things like that. All those things, they can see my history. They can see my credit report. They can see my payment history. They can see everything in that system. If people don't have identifiers, there's no way to be able to identify somebody. And there is no way for the banking system for even support that person when that person want to do business. Because how your money give money for man where you don't know play with it. Where you know if you identify the man goes stand for your next door, you don't know what will happen. So in America, for answer your question, the tax system now will be new for you. One thing we will quickly realize now, say you get for file taxes. Why you get for file taxes? You get for file taxes. Number one, when you be over the age of 18, you be required for file taxes. That is one of the requirements. The second thing, now the income level where you make them, and all these things you have to put them together. You be above the age of 18, meaning that you are now eligible to pay what they call self-employment taxes, which is FICA, Medicare, all those type of taxes. You are required to pay them on any income that you generate. Okay, so now you are eligible to filing taxes. You can also file taxes if you are lower, if you are below that age of 18. But you have to make an income which is higher than the standard deduction. That is for normal wages that you get from business. But if you have any business income, as long as you're making over $400 CFA, $400 US dollars, if you are doing a business, you are making $400 and above, you have to file taxes in America. So those are the things that you want to think about. If you're making income, as long as you're making above standard deduction, as we sit right now, standard deduction is about $13,000. I think it's $13,500. It's just gone up a little bit in 2024. So if you make less than standard deduction from a normal operating income, from a normal W-2 income, you're not required to file taxes. But if you make it from business, you're required to file taxes. So those are some of the things I wanted to tell you. And tax filing, again, is a reconciling process. That's something where you basically can tell people, when people they file tax, you file tax now to the government. The rule for pay taxes now, so you pay taxes as you go. Whenever you generate income, you get for pay tax. That is the rule. So at the end of the year, if you do everything for can pay tax only at the end of the year, you'll pay penalty because you never pay tax as you go. That's the way it works in America. So today, once you enter America, the first thing you get is that once you have gone through your immigration process, and then the immigration process don't accept, don't do everything, so you'll be normal immigrant, you'll be resident of the United States. The next thing will you get an social security. And that social security don't identify you. The IRS, when are the tax authority for America, they already identify you. Your state Department of Revenue, they identify you. And using that social security number, you are required to file your taxes. You'll be required to file taxes at the end of every year. And now, if you do business, now another ball game. We'll talk about that one as well.
When you talk about your introduction, you mentioned like wealth. I mean, trying to help the community. So my next question, Nana, say, what be your advice for fresh, like immigrants who will just come fresh, will not even understand the system, like how you feel advice we for be prepared in order to make that worth?
It be very important. So you ask me this question, and we just come for this country. The thing what I would tell you, and I say, when you come for this country new, the biggest trouble what you get, and I say, people that they come for the country, they think say America did the same like any other country where they did it. It is not. The first thing we get for, I tell people, and I say, when you enter America, you get to understand how the system they work for America. That's a very easy thing to say, but it be very difficult because the school system says not to teach you about the system. America is a capitalist country, and capitalism means say every person did lobby for make sure say me interest be sustained. It means that the top 1%, that people they get all money for America. Now them, they basically lobby the education system for America. They lobby all that people they did for Congress where they write laws. They make sure say when we come for America, we come for here, we kind of can work like employees. So if you think about it, I mean, some people they will think and say, I don't talk something. Think about it. Now, if another way of slavery, what the come for can do. Because when you come for here, when you come for here, you can be that workforce. In the past, they bring people by force, they can't work. Now, so that power don't pass. Now, so they think about another way where they still bring people there for here, but they still brainwash them for the way they will still remain that people the way they do work for these people, where they do work for the top 1%. And that one they go now through lobby. So when you come for this country, my first thing I will tell you, I say, forget about everything. Number one thing, now for start, because when you want to leave Cameroon, you leave Cameroon or you leave wherever you be, whether in Korea, you be there or which place. When you come for here, your mindset as this country, you go for break the country, you go for win for the country. Number one, you get for know say America get a process where you go there. The first thing I say, you get for learn how to try. The first thing I say, you get for America not be play where you just run. Things that they go by process. It go by process. Something that they will go acquire and we don't make 2 years. Something that they will go acquire now until you don't make 5 years. But the first thing why they tell people them when they come for here and I say, if you decide so you want to learn as a trade or you want to do something, go educate yourself for that system. Educate yourself so that thing that never the country where if you easily do it, you start make money. And money, how did they make money? When you want to think about wealth, there are 3 stages of build wealth. Now 3 stages in there. Stage number 1, now income generation. If you not get income, you don't want to think about anything. Now first thing that we try for makeup. Generate income. Generate income means say you get to find the thing where will give you the most income for the thing where you want one. If you want being a truck driver, you make sure so you go for the process, go learn the school, go do this. You want being a medical doctor, go to medical school. The facility where the country now so you get something where they call and say financial aid. That financial aid, people can say whatever they want to say. It don't create a lot of people over the country. You go for financial aid, you go through your schooling system. Once you don't finish that school, now you start to work the money. When you don't start work money, you do work good income. When income don't start to come for you, now you start think about, now I don't make money. I don't get income by the generator. Now I get to start acquire assets because now for the wealth not there for the income, wealth then for assets. I get to start acquire assets. That kind of asset the way they will help for. They will give me money even time while I sleep, or even if I fall sick, or even if I not there. Because that income will generate and because you feel work. But sometimes go be where you not feel work again. So you start acquire assets. You don't buy your first home. You don't buy that your first nice car. You be happy. Then now you start thinking, say, what you want to do, and when you want to buy your first car, and I did talk this thing, maybe I did talk too much. But the reality now say, you got to think about, we want to buy that first home. Now which kind of home I want to buy? We'll answer that question. But another thing, once you don't buy this thing, then now America, one thing we get for know for America, and I say the tax system be very, 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 very harsh as your income they go up. If your income be small, the tax system, you don't even see the tax system. Because at times when you still earn 50,000, 20,000, they even give you back money so that they feel support you. But when you start to make over 100, 150, then you start get to that place where tax will become a big problem for you. You start earn $500,000, you pay crazy taxes. So that's the other thing. Once you don't get that income generation, the next thing now asset protection. You get for protect that your asset. And protecting your asset means you get for look for ways where you go make a way you know to pay taxes. Because the rich people for America, they need to pay taxes. And if they need to pay taxes, it means there's something they for out there where if you do until you not pay taxes. So you don't get income generation, you don't start to develop, grow assets. Now you get for protect those assets. Income generation, asset accumulation, asset protection. You protect that asset. Then you structure. So those are the stages where you want to go there when you come for America. So first thing, educate yourself. Nothing say there's a short way where you want to look for the thing we want to educate yourself. Because now for the go start.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be clear enough.
Yes.
Because education sometimes not a very good thing to start with. When you go to school, and also if you do something where it will help you more.
Yes.
Okay. Another question again. As they on the point, say for person we just come to the country. Mm-hmm. Now, as person we just come to the country, maybe understand like maybe after you work at the end of or after a year or after 6 months we get the certified taxes. If he mess up, provide the taxes, like what did happen? Get any penalty or something? That's like if you
absolutely. People then I think some misconception there about IRS for this country. Because think about it, the first thing we go for known as say IRS get all tools at their disposal. Now the most powerful debt collector for the world. There's no place that can IRS will do anything. Now the one person way you get access to anything when your own. IRS will enter for your bank account, block your bank account, you don't ever get $5 for the IRS will come catch you. If you run go for Cameroon, go for your village, IRS can move you for the IRS will use $1 million for follow $5. That's the way that they are rule and compliance. So first thing, one thing where I get for tell you and say, as you come for the country, plenty of people that will tell you so many things. And you will be lucky for say you talk for people the way they really understand how the system they work. Because many people then they out there where they educate people based on what they know, and what they know be limited to what they know.
That's true.
Yes. So that's why when you come for America, most people they end up doing what with the person where you receive them. Be the do. When you come, you enter my house, I show you road. That's how they Mommy, I show you road. When you just enter, I show you road. Yes.
Not true.
So most people, now why you go see say, most people that don't come for America, they don't end up do the same thing. You see for the same group, almost all people, they do the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Because when they come, the other man just show you road. And then that road, it limit to what he do. So the key about taxes, now say what when you do, first of all, I don't tell you about make money. Make money. If you know to make money, taxes is not the thing where will give you access to money for America. Because the way we make money, the biggest problem where we will get them for Cameroon, that's why we not get access to credit. America get the credit, it define people that will give for them. But some of we will not still access the credit because we don't mess up ourselves. One of the first things now your taxes. Make sure so you do your taxes right. Do your taxes with person who understand taxes. Not just do your taxes anyhow, because if you do, many of times, the person where they run for take your taxes for do now some person where you not get no credential. Plenty of people then for out there where they do taxes, where they not get no credential for taxes. You ask what be your credential, you not get that. You don't just go learn for 1 week, have to put the number there for day. Just put the number. Then sometimes you tell you say, oh, why am I this? You know this? So you just force some number so that means you get some refund. After 6 months, IRS send you letter. When IRS send you letter, that person don't disappear because the person don't get no credential, no person don't follow it. That's why you want to work with. And at times, our problem they be, I say, we be too cheap for do the right thing. Yeah. When you find the cheapest, cheap, they make you remain poor. That concept is cheap. They make people they remain poor. The concept where you get for always think about them. Now, what will be return on my investment? If I invest $10, what will be the thing where they get them back? That's how you have to think. Mm-hmm. If you want ever grow, if your mindset is around cheap, you're not going to place. Even when you go someplace, you will fall. Your mindset get for being what will be my return on investment? Because return on investment means you're going to find the right things and where they give you value. You'll be value driven. You'll not be cost driven. Most of we will be cost driven. If you tell man say, bro, the material why they do and so that $500, but these things will give you 10,000. That person will also take $500. You know, they look the 10,000, it's not 10 times the amount we give, 20 times the amount we don't give for you. You look at your pocket, say, your pocket go in, pass you. You look at what you enter your pocket. Yeah. Instead of look again, where the gain up, you look at this. And that's our mindset. And that mindset don't make up for way. Many of we will be stuck in the rat race because of our mindset. Will not think properly. So my key thing for you now say, do your taxes with the right people. Do them right. And then, first of all, for the first few years, I don't mind if you try to get your refund. Make sure so you get your refund. But you also are going to doing the type of education you want to get. Because anytime when you do half education, you don't do the right thing you want to do, it means that you're being a person where you don't decide so you want to be in a middle class or low class person. Because plenty of we there for the America, we don't come from America, can't decide, say, we'll not ever learn nothing, we'll not ever do nothing. The only thing we'll feed them, that say, we'll just do a small $10 job, then maybe we'll feed do a thing, then maybe we want to do something for Cameroon, or want to do this, and then you never grow. That is an impediment for us. And then you see some man where being a superman, you start calling the same a king. Where the man don't just come the same like you. He not get 10 head, he not get 10 food, he just think differently. You think the process now for our head. And make sure you do your things and rightly. Decide on what you want to do. Take some time to invest. The first thing you get for understand, say once you come for here, plenty of people that will Cameroon, they expect too much from you. For the first 3 years, you don't have anything to think about them. You have to build yourself. If you don't build yourself, you know, you do nothing for no man. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Then again, another question, Nasiwiti. For example, like when you get here and then one way or the other, you mess up your credit.
Yes.
Now, when that credit be messed up, some way or anyhow, if it's rebuild back the credit?
The first question why they ask you and say, what if you mess up your credit? That's the first question. Before you want even rebuild how you will do mess up, you get to understand how the credit system will work. Because now the first thing that many of we come will not understand this credit. You just see something come for your door, say, oh, credit card for you, you take $10, you don't take a sign up. You just say everything are free. Nothing not be free. We are, again, we then have for inside capitalist economy. All people, then they want to give you credit. Some people, that they give you credit at 0% interest rate. You take them, you just see credit card that they come, you change something. Plenty of we used to sign up for that thing, things are free. Plenty of we things are free. And before you want to discover, you don't go buy your Louis Vuitton shoe them, buy your this bag them. You can't discover, they start sending you bill them for that thing. You discover, so you know if you pay them. You just discover, so you not be even ever build credit. You just build an anti-credit. You just come destroy the small thing where you even help and for build you. So the first thing I say, you get for be disciplined for the way we think about America. You get for be disciplined. Discipline means say, when you see anything we're concerned about money, your focus not be just for the take any 5 francs. There's nothing that is free. Nothing not be free. Nothing. Nothing not be free. So now the first thing that we get for understand, because every time most people they don't destroy their credit now because of they just be too that thing we call a langa. Langa. You just believe so you want to do everything. You don't come meet us some people the way they don't do for the house for the country for 20 years. You want to like them. When you go for take your road small, grow, you will like them. So now one thing that once you don't destroy your credit, now it'll be very easy for destroy credit. For destroy credit, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Your credit don't be destroyed. But for build them like a whole process. You see, man. I mean, sometimes I get an entity, one of my business, where be being just for help people there for credit. You see, man, where you don't help, you don't spend 10 years for destroy credit to nothing. He come for your door, can knock your door. He want me to fix the credit for one day. I say, look at you. You take 10 years for destroy them. You don't want me to fix them for you for one day. And then you not be ready for pay. For pay me they help you for fix them. Because everything it takes time. Yeah, nobody know the shit don't for you where they work for some other man. And then you the one say you fix them, he too continue for the worker, they ask for credit for level rent. As well you try for fix he did the tank come. He did the tank come up and down. And then before you want to know it, now the worker for road, he say, oh, I begin my money for the man. And you ask say begin how much maybe begin at $75, so if you happy for fixed credit. If the worker is singing your name, say I be register with the man for fixed credit, you not ever fix credit. Credit now a process of fixer. And it requires two types of people. It requires education. Number one thing for credit, now education. If you don't understand how credit work, you know ever if you get good credit. You get for understand how credit work. Credit work now how? Credit work now say there are 5 things for credit. Now 5 things then they for credit will be important. I don't know what Naya question that, but I think Naya question that. 5 things that will be important. And when you discuss in a person where they fix credit, now the thing then that in a person where know the thing where they do, it focus now on that 5 things. Credit be based on 5 things. Number 1, something they will call and say a payment history. That's social security where they give for you when you enter America. So now it means everything where they do for the country, they pass through their social security. Anything they pass through their social security. So now, if you go out there, you take credit card, you know the pay. You go for outside, you know the pay your bill then for electric. You know the pay your utilities bill. You know the pay your house rent. It go off your credit. Payment history at 35% of your credit score. 35. So if you know to take care of that, it go hit your credit score. Listen, they don't think that harm and knock out. That's number 1. So when they touch the payment history, it don't mean say you know if you miss deadline. It means say your deadline. The date where they told us deadline plus 30 days. If after another 30 days you never pay them, it goes straight for credit. Okay. So now the deadline plus 30 days. Okay. So after 30 days of your deadline, it goes straight for credit bureau. That's number 1. So you know one for the miss your thing by more than 30 days. That's number 1. Number 2, now credit utilization. You see all that card the way they can put over your door, all that thing the way don't go sign up for this. So if you want to use any credit card, something that they call and say credit utilization. It accounts for 30% of your credit score. 30. That credit utilization means say that credit card they give for you, they put and say 3,500 now your credit limit. So if you use up to 3,500, the maximum where you get for the user for that thing, na 30% for mixing your credit score be. So if now 3,000, you get for use at least 900. You use 900. Yes. Now 30%. Anytime you go above, you don't go into the red zone. It is started to tank your credit. So the point I say, either you use all that you pay all before the date when they report, or you always make sure so you be below 30%. That's the second thing. Anytime we be above 30%, it is go red. And credit utilization at 30% of your credit score. So now we don't talk about the 2, then already be 65% of your credit score. Number 3, now age of your credit. What to be the age of that credit? Person where just come not get no aging for credit. But person where don't get credit card for the last 10 years, he get a very strong rating for a credit card. So the age of credit, they account for 15% of your credit score. Then the other one now, that thing where they call and say trade lines, the number of different types of credits that we get. whether you get mortgage, you get car notes, you get credit card. When you get different types of credit, it show the banking system, it show the financial sector say you'll be person will be credit worthy. Now, why different people they don't give you credit? So it show them say you do well. But if you not get no credit line, you never get that 10% of your credit score be around those around trade lines, the different types of trade lines that you have. Then the last one, when at the remaining 10% now, inquiry. You see some people then there for year, they never get credit. They work from one place to one place. They talk anything, you try for credit. You try and what I go. Let me just try and what I go pass. You just say, let me just try them. You see, you just just try and what I go pass. They deny you. All anytime when they deny you, they thank your credit. So those are the three things. Those are the five things you get for thinking. Credit, the only way we fix the credit, now walk around these five things. And you get to look for person where understand how credit they work. I mean, I used to get a business where we deal not only with credit, but I stop them because it is too much hassle. So now I did help for credit for my clients. Any client where they on my platform, where it is struggle with credit, then I did help for fix their credit. I get a branch of my business where they help for fix the credit.
Okay, a quick one from your explanation. It's a lot though, but then I just want to understand this part when you talk about like when they give you a credit, because we make an example of 3,500 and you get for use like 900. Right?
Yes.
Now, if you use above that red, now the red it come now like immediately after you use to say $1,000, or the red now if you not pay the $1,000 to a certain time.
Okay, so the key thing, and this is very important, the red is that happen if your balance be more than 300 than the 900. I mean, if your balance not 10%, it be better than 30%. If your balance not be above 30%, it means you don't start to go into the yellow line. You don't enter 30%. You there around still greenish, but if you go beyond 10%, you don't go for that yellow line, and then after that you enter the red line. So basically, if you decide you use all the credit card, but you go for pay them before the day with the credit card they report. So that's why it be important so you know the date where the credit card company they report to the credit bureau, because credit bureau be separate from the financial institution we give you. So now on day where they report to credit bureau, so now the balance this way the man get up. If they report the balance where it still be very high, it will tank your credit. If they want to report away be very we don't be low, it be 10-20%, it improve your credit. Yes. So one of the things that say if you even get credit card, if you even go get that thing that we did call and say secure credit card, where you give your money, you tell the bank, say, bank give you credit up to your money. If your credit not fine, you go start for help for build your credit if you maintain them according to the way they why don't talk.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Another question. Say, now, which kind mistake will you think say immigrants they make them when it comes to building walls and their credit? What is the mistake you think say when people just come from America?
Not information. They not get knowledge. Because all the things why they talk and so they need teach them for school. There's no school that you go to, I'll be CPA for the country. They don't teach any of these things for school. But though they need to teach you anything about money. Money, not the most important thing for our lives, but there's no course around money. Managing your money. There's no course. And what you would talk for a year now about managing money. People start get freedom, start be at ease for talk about money. At times when you talk about money, people if you say maybe you want show or maybe you do this, they start ask some stupid questions. But if money is not the most important thing where you need them, why won't you talk about it?
Of course, we should.
Why won't you talk about it? Why any system for school would they teach you about the history of Mesopotamia? Then they need to tell you about the money. What they talk about them? They need talk. That's the system. The system they help you for be accountant for add number. They for go to work for some man. It teach you everything we go for do for be an employee. It need teach you those things where they go make you be liberated. Yes, and forget that liberation. You get to go through programs. We get a knowledge-based system. You get to go find knowledge and knowledge. Them not the amount of money we would spend. We personally me I spend for this my small business. for acquire knowledge. It be, every year, it be far more than any amount of money we be spending for BCPA. For BCPA, I go through a normal process for education. I go through a normal process for do my MBA, do all that crappy, all the crappy stuff. But the most important thing now for become a strategist, now a program. There's no school where you go there. And our programs, it be very exclusive. Not be that kind of thing where mainstream. Yeah. So some of we would talk online. So the few people that they be strategists, they need to talk plenty. But we talk online because we want to educate ourselves. Some people they feel say sometimes you talk so now because you want to educate people. They know say there's a way out. The number one problem we get an education. And then the second problem I say will not be ready for spend for what you will need them. We'll be ready for spend for Louis Vuitton. Will not be ready for spend for the thing we will give you value. Will not be ready. People are when it comes to real that thing we go add value, people are not ready for. Because our mindset not be for that way. That's why we'll be stuck for Njangi. Go stock for Njangi, even if we do go put 5 francs. We'll not even get the basic things that we did for the country. One of the things that I tell people when you come for the country, so when you enter for the country, one of the things that we give a thinker, do I have life insurance? Do I have coverage over myself? Do I have this? Do you go join all kind of things? Then you want to see something happen for you, they never go fund me, refine all people, then they try for Ming Jangi for do this. Whereas there are things, we are in a capitalist market. This is a capitalist market. There is everything that you can do to get that security when you disappear. Or when you become, if you fall sick today, well, if you do nothing, do you have something that can take care of you? All those type of things are in this market. And they don't cost a thing. You just need to know where you're right, what is the right thing you need to do for yourself. We know our priorities then be all wrong. Now our problem that. Our priorities then be very, very wrong. Yes.
Okay. That's another good one. Okay, another question again. Now, as an advisor, and I see financial and medical, you have a lot. So, what do you feel advice? Is it to rent a house or to buy a house?
Great question. I see.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. As a new immigrant, when you just come from America, which do you feel advice?
Okay.
Is it to rent a house or to buy a house?
Okay. So basically, that not be questioned in that way if you just get them like this. Because there is more analysis inside for determine whether you want to buy a house or you want to rent a house. At times we buy houses because we think say we want to get some asset. But that asset, but when you buy them, it still belongs to a bank. If you don't manage it well, it could be, they can't give you, the worst thing where you don't want for the country, and say they can't repossess that house. When they repossess that house, you go thank your credit for where you go take many, many years for fix them. So there are so many things that come into play. When you get forget responsibility for start buy property, because responsibility they are around there. It is more important to start building your own assets by buying a property, for buy your own house. But now, for buy your own house, you never be irresponsible man, just go take house because you don't hear say that if you buy house. You get to think about the responsibility where they are around house. You don't commit yourself, because when you sign that document, you don't commit yourself for 30 years for do something consistently. And if you miss 1, 2 of that thing where you get for doing consistently, that house will be repossessed. So are you ready for that? If you be ready, that is the better thing to do than to rent. But if you not be ready, you better stay for rent. Because even rent to get a problem. When you rent, you not pay rent for 1 month, 2 months. 1 month where you miss for pay rent. Then you start make kata, you start maybe you come up for the house, you go for some different place, this. That rental record where they don't put down for you. If he stop for you forever get any house again for rental for the next 30, for the next 20, for the next 10 years, because of that rental record. So it's all about the fact that you get social security number, they give you responsibility. And if we talk about rental, because I tell people about wealth building around rental versus buying of properties.
Yeah.
And there is a whole lot around there that I tell people at times.
So you prefer renting, right?
I'm not going to say I prefer renting. I did not say that I prefer renting.
Thought you said
What I said was that responsibility now the number one thing we need up. Because when you buy a property, if that property be being a money where you just go buy it outright, then it become your own.
Yep,
Then if you just go buy them for a joke.
that's true.
But when you're getting into an agreement that ties you for 30 years, you have to be responsible enough to sit out those 30 years. Because over those 30 years, that's a lot of responsibility.
Of course.
Yes. So, but again, when you go take rent, some people then they take rent just month by month. It means that they attach yourself. So if you fear risk, if you go take you a month by month, begin pay them, knowing that you are just putting your money in the drain. Once you don't stay for the day, you put your money, you don't go. But that house where you don't buy them, you acquire equity, you build equity, and then you grow in this. You go do that. And I tell people, so when you don't be ready for buy house, buy that thing where they call and say multi-rental units, multi-units, four-unit home, 4-unit, 3-unit. You fit buy 4-unit home with the same money where you buy one property. And when you buy 4-unit home, it means say you get 3 units of that home where you get rental from that 3 units, and then you stay for the small 4-unit. You don't need to go buy super mansion where you just start. You want to buy a mansion now when you don't already build a place. Because now when you buy 4-unit home, that 3 other units, the way they be on rental, they help you to pay off the other part of your. So the mindset get for be always, you get for the think business wise. So I want for create something where I feel they get money where they help me pay off this my house, and then everything they go. And then you don't make yourself become immediately, you don't become an entrepreneur, you don't acquire assets. You don't acquire rental property, real estate. You've just created three real estate properties in addition to your home when you buy 4 units. So that's something I tell people to do when you're starting. Instead of go buy that because the biggest cost where you get up when you be low income earner, where you still start, or middle class. One of the biggest costs where you get now is your rents. Now the money where you pay for mortgage. So you get a strategy around that. Yes.
So if you say 4-unit home, you mean like 4 different houses?
So for America, if you buy one home, where you get 4, apartment rooms, where you get 4, not be 4 rooms, you get 4 different apartments. Yes.
Okay, yeah, like
you get 4 different. Yes.
Okay.
So now one house, you buy one because you don't get now one loan. You take one loan, you buy 4 units.
Okay.
You take one loan, you buy 4 units. Or you even buy 5 units. You stay inside. Even if you buy something just 2 units, it'd be better than for you go buy one big house you can stay there. You take one loan, you buy 4 units. And then that 3 other units, they pay themselves. You don't give them for rental. They pay themselves. They even help for pay you this one. And then they help you for avoid your taxes. Because there's a process you can do with that. They help you for avoid taxes. They help you for build wealth. You don't already create the passive activity income when I rent. Yep. So you get rental income from somewhere where you use that for pay off your property. So it's very important.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, another question again. Now, as an immigrant, where you live here, like let's say an immigrant, you live for America now, then once you get your kids back for Cameroon, it be okay it be okay. So you feel when you want filing taxes, not ever file tax at the end of the year, include those picking away they live for Africa.
Great question. So the rules around filing taxes, they get around 7 to 9 rules will be around there. I mean, I'll just give you the one that will be related to what you talk about. So the only person, so I assume so you find a way forget what they call a child tax credit. Child tax credit are the money where they pay them for picking them. I think so most people they fight with for picking them because they want to get child tax credit. Child tax credit, the thing will be around child tax credit now. Pick it now you. It go now your sister. You, yes, your siblings, and then they are picking them. Yes. And then the rule number one, give for being say, are those people residents of America? Are they residents or are they citizens of the United States? Those are the first rule. If you get picking of Cameroon, will not be citizens. How you money add them? First of all, they not get social security. That's the first thing. You know if you even add them for the taxes. Now, if someone be get social security, where they somewhere they Cameroon, as long as we're an American picking, where they na American picking, when you take care of that picking is stay with you. Not be say they stay with other person because another rule around there, I say that picking you get for don't provide for at least 50% plus of that picking upkeep. That's another rule. Then number 3, that picking don't stay with you for at least 6 months. That's another rule. All the other rules the way they play around there. So these are the key rules around which you talk about that picking. So number 1, you ask yourself that picking is gonna US citizen. If that US citizen, you get social security. It's gonna picking then under your care. It's that picking they live with you. Do you provide for more than 50% of that child? If the answer is yes, or maybe not picking where you get for this that care, that dependence, it's gonna picking depend on you. You provide for more than 50% of their upkeep. If you know, if your answer for any of those things being no, it means you know if you take advantage of that. We talk exclusively now for the year of tax. So if you do now year 2024, we're talking exclusively about 2024. We need talking about if you don't stay with that picking, if you stay with that picking for the whole of last year, and then you not file taxes last year because you not be qualified for pay taxes. The next year you not use that because of last year file that taxes. You basically file taxes now because you don't stay with that picking for that year, for that year of tax filing.
For at least 6 months.
For at least 6 months. And you don't provide for more than 50% of that picking upkeep. Yes. Because if you not take the picking, so other person go there when he take responsibility for that picking, that person too now he go file them. If you are he fight around that, if you go file and that person file and too, IRS get rules, they get process for adjudicate who be the person we get for take the money. So if you don't take the money, they will take them back for you again for that person. And at times, that place that's an area where people fraud. Where people also play fraud around tax filing. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then if that be the case, then we'll go for credit. You try to explain for me a little bit what is credit like? Which be credit?
Credit.
Yes, like credit. Because we don't talk much about credit and how to be credit and like so what is it all about?
Credit how worthy, how credit worthy, how trustworthy you be. That's the basis of credit. Credit determines how I trust you. Now an element where it provide basis for any person for determining your level of trustworthiness. That is credit. So if you be credit worthy, it means if you access money when other people's money. If you not be credit worthy, it means no man not give you nothing. And you'll see plenty of people that for our community, where you'll see them, they go talk, talk, they had a deal now only with cash because they get cash. You ask them whether they get cash pass who, they don't go talk. The problem is they've messed up their credit. Their credit don't be messed. They don't get no credit worthiness. So now why they feel only play with cash. And if person don't get credit worthiness, it means that everything where they do go get difficulty. Everything. Even forget this, even forget insurance. It will be more expensive. Anything, because they see and say this man knows this will not be trusty. The system they should say that man not be trustworthy. That's it.
Okay. Now say out of this, for example, when you go for say you want to go get an apartment for rent, right? Definitely you go give your socials or ask for maybe a work document or whatever. And they get for do what they get for run your credit. So why are they ask this question? Because you talk something like this. Anytime they run that credit, does it affect it? Does it affect your credit?
Absolutely. One of the parameters of that 5 elements of credit Baby na wati. Baby na that thing where they call and say how did they call it? They call and say you go and do inquiry.
Inquiries.
Inquiry.
Inquiry.
So inquiry now, anytime where you want ask those things, they go do as now inquiry that. They do them, they just say, oh, you're not qualified, you're not qualified. Anytime you do that, it's tanking your credit down.
Because if they do it and then you qualify.
If they do it, you qualify, it still tanks your credit because they've did it. But you still qualified. So credit needs, anytime they do an inquiry, is going to reduce your credit. Maybe by 2 points, maybe by 3 points, but it's a lot. It's still a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Anytime there's an inquiry, it's going to tank.
And there's no way we can avoid that.
Yeah, but you use it to do many things. Because if I want to buy a car, every time I buy something, for example, when you go, for example, close a deal, there are times you close a deal, you go and close a deal, you buying real estate, and this had happened to some of us. When you go and buy a deal, close a deal, once you close that deal, your credit is going to tank. Your credit is going to go down. So that's why when you finish a deal, your credit goes down before it starts going back up. Yeah. So you see somebody who just closed his house, his credit has gone down because he just closed his house. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, I think. Sorry.
Microphone.
Yes. I think we don't exhaust almost everything I had in hand when it comes to question. Yeah, with this conversation with you today,
yes,
I don't learn a lot. Yes. So, and I believe I say every other person out there with listen to you, yes, to us talking, they get 1 or 2 things for learner, especially as a beginner.
Absolutely.
In the US.
Absolutely.
Because the ride, it's been a very long ride.
Absolutely.
It's been a very long ride. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate the concept. And maybe I think some other time, if God permits, you will find we'll get some other conversations again concerning things like this. And hopefully you will figure more questions so that, because the more we ask questions, the more we'll learn.
Absolutely.
Just like you talk, for really making a country like this, and for you to be open-minded, you need to find information.
Yes.
You need to study. I mean, all those things will help you be a better person.
Absolutely.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate your time. I really do. Thank you so much. Would you do this thing that say 185 our population? We want to change our story. Would you really want to change our story? And I say this, I don't doubt 1 minute. Say, if people then listen to some of the things that we talk about every day, they implement just 1, 2, 3 of them, your story is different, because things that we're talking about mind-changing events. Would it change minds? Would it change your whole story? Many people that don't stay for here, they stay inside rat race just because they don't know anything. They don't know any better. And that's why we come together. Nobody knows it all.
That's true.
But again, I believe, say, my history and the things that I don't, and the things that I don't go through, it gives me the basis for being able to talk about these things. Yes.